Ladies and gentlemen, now the moment you've all been waiting for.
You are now listening to the sounds of.
And then how did that? Because you guys mentioned Vitamin D and Jake One, and those are all Rhymesayers label mates. How did that all come together? How did you guys get on Rhymesayers, and kind of talk a little bit about that journey?
Yeah.
Well, we were, we had been performing since 2000. We met them at South by Southwest, and I was a promoter, so we had been promoting shows and making a lot of noise in Seattle and Portland. And really our manager was John Moore, Wordsayer. And John had a great relationship with Sadiq and Rhymesayers.
Nice.
And also, we're in Old Dominion, so Gray Skull is our brothers, Henri and Jay.
I love Gray Skull.
Brothers.
Yep.
And we had been working on albums, at the same time. When, making a lot of noise. We had already had a couple tours under our belt. And, when the time was right, I think it was 2004, it just made sense for us to not do it ourselves and to do it with Rhymesayers. So
fucking sick. That's awesome, man.
You can't.
We were making a lot of noise in Seattle and, in the Northwest and down in California and, been doing a shitload of shows, and then
and we were also playing, like Karim said, we were playing a lot of shows, whether it was with Atmosphere, like before Atmosphere was even as big as they are now, obviously, but with Atmosphere, Idea, all those
shit, I caught you guys with Brother Ali also.
Yeah,
that was a good tour right there. That's so sick.
Yeah, that was a super good tour, man.
Yeah,
and it was just one of those things. It was dope because I remember hanging out with Slug, like, back, I think, right after, like, Idea won that battle that, like, at the Apollo Theater.
Blaze battle.
It was on HBO or something like
MTV.
that, right?
MTV.
Okay.
Yep.
But I remember just sitting there and just chopping it up with the dude and just talking and, like, hearing about all the stories of what they'd been going through, because they were getting that, like, really big buzz at that point. And so was Idea. So, like, how their interactions with labels were compared to how they used to be. And then honestly, like for me, and I'm sure Karim has had times like that, where just talking with them when it came up years later to go like, hey, do we want to take this opportunity with Rhymesayers? I honestly, I thought about those conversations with Slug like back in the day, and was like, those are the people I would roll with. You know what I'm saying?
The people
like,
you're vibing with, and you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, down to earth, cool motherfucker, probably. Yeah. That's cool.
Also on the West Coast, when you're talking about Northern California or California up to the Northwest, we had been doing tons of shows with Hyro, Quannum,
awesome,
the Legends,
right.
AC and Project Load, and those guys.
Hell yeah.
Swollen members up in BC, but in working with, like, we recorded at Anticon studio.
So tight.
For instance, Anticon had, Soul had been working with Slug, and there was a connection there. And, it was just it's a small group of friends. Everyone's homies and shit.
Yeah.
And, when it made sense to put our album out and they offered, it was a no-brainer.